this video is a continuation from the previous video. If you haven't watched the previous video, go to l6v2 of the RAM function, the harder by educational method. I highly suggest you watch that one. Alright, and I'll assume that you already know how we get here, so I'll not go through this part. So my purpose over here is to convey to you that there is another method to actually solve for your RAM function's Z transform. Alright, so your RAM function Z transform, as we have shown you, you Z transform your KT using this Z transform. Alright, you can rewrite your EK as your EZ over here. Okay, and the series of, because it's a summation, the summation of your KTZ minus K is all over here. Now what I can do is simply to factorize out my T, so that I have Z minus 1 plus 2Z minus 2 plus 3Z minus 3, etc. So far so good. So therefore I'm somewhat factorizing out for this section over here. Alright, this 0 is just simply 0. Now if you take a look, alright, this is a new geometric series, different from just now what we have done for the other one, which is this case. Alright, this is the previous video, the geometry that we have been doing just now. So I'll take away this geometry, I'll introduce you with a new geometry. Alright, at least you see that it's a faster way to solve the things. Alright, but you didn't learn anything, but at least I just want to convey to you that you can use this method to solve easily. Alright, so you can simply rewrite this thing. You can know that this is A, this is actually 2A squared, because this is A squared, and then this is something like a 3A cubed. You see, there's a geometry in there, so this is like a square cube. You see, so I can simply rewrite these terms, alright, as is equals to T. The geometry series is A over 1 minus A squared. So I know that my Z minus 1 is A, so I have TZ minus 1 over 1 minus Z minus 1 square. Okay, so this is the form, alright, and therefore the Z transform of my EZ is simply your answer already. That's it. Pretty straightforward, right? If you were to compare to this table, it's exactly the same thing. If I were to just crop it out and paste it in front of you, it's the same thing. We didn't actually do much, right? We didn't actually do much. We just apply the geometry series and that's it. Okay, and the purpose of me in this video is to show you this shortcut method, and also to try to rearrange this thing, because I find that Z minus 1 is not nice, because normally we didn't present it in that manner. So I'll just write it in T over 1 over Z, right? Z minus 1 is 1 over Z. Alright, this is 1 minus 1 over Z squared. Alright, just put it over here. Alright, it's easier for us to read lah. Okay, now what we can do, alright, is to rearrange stuff. Alright, so I have T over Z. So I'll expand out this thing. I'll have 1 minus, alright, 2Z plus 1 over Z squared. Okay, so now I know that this is somewhat there. I can simply multiply by Z squared over Z squared. Okay, because this is Z ma, so I want to rearrange stuff. So I rearrange by taking Z squared over Z squared is just 1. So I'm just rearranging. So after rearranging, alright, Z squared times T over Z, what do you have? You'll have TZ, right? Because TZ squared over Z, if you cancel, you have TZ over here. I think you get what I mean. So I'm just simply multiplying Z squared into this term. Alright, same thing if I were to multiply in terms of this. Alright, what I have is Z squared, so I multiply each of this term. Alright, minus 2Z into this term, and then Z squared over here, so I have plus 1. And then I can simply rewrite your denominator over here in terms of a algebraic system, which is Z minus 1 square. Alright, so we need to understand how all this comes about. At least you get a feel of it. Alright, and this is your answer for your RAM functions. Alright, so I hope that this is a pretty good understanding for you, and still I'm gonna stress that you should watch this video. Alright, because without the geometry transfer function, geometry functions over here, you cannot solve anything. So normally if you don't want to memorize so many functions, what you can do is to rearrange stuff, alright, such that you are needed to memorize only these geometric functions. Alright, a plus a squared blah 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 is equals to 1 over 1 minus a. You memorize this thing will do, the rest will come naturally if you know how to rearrange. Alright, so therefore I shall see you soon when I see you. Goodbye.